Okay, so what I was telling is string buffer, you can always print the capacity like this. Capacity is different than length, mind well. Capacity of string buffer is always 18, but it is extendable, okay? It is not fixed. You can extend this capacity to whatever capacity you want. As in when you add more characters, it will extend itself automatically. But by default, if you are creating an empty string buffer also, the capacity of this will be same only. If you are adding two more characters, it is, see, currently it is 16, restoring 16 characters. There are no values in it, so it is 16. Length is 0. As and when you add characters, it is going to expand. If you add more characters like this, it will expand automatically. You need not to worry about that. Okay, it is automatically expanding. Did you see this? 7 are filled, others are empty. Right? This is how, subtract this and you will get the rest of the blank allocations, right? So what I am telling is capacity and length both are different in string buffer. One more thing, if you are appending the string, then again length will increase, capacity will also increase accordingly. Say for example, we are appending, we are calling the append function. Append can append, see, these many data types. You can append integer to it, you can append float to it, but whatever value you will append, it will always get converted to string and then it will be appended over here. So it is not like you are appending it in form of integers. It is always appended in form of a string only. If I call the append method, if I append 10 here, then again this is not, you are understanding it is an integer, but the append will always append in form of a string only. So whatever is the output appended will be in form of strings, which we can perform the arithmetic operations over here. It is going to concatenate the output. Okay, if you are appending it, and now if you are printing this, if you are printing SB, then it is going to print, let me print with the toString value. I am printing the string value of this SB. I am printing the string value of my string buffer. I am running it. It is going to append the output like this. See, it is not going to concatenate. One more thing you need to see here. What is the difference between when I print simple SB and SB2 string, right? In any, if you try to print object, if you are printing object, say for example, you are creating object of scanner class. Okay, you are creating object of scanner class and you are printing this object here. Then whatever object you will print, it will print the memory location of the object. Okay, if it is a simple object like scanner's object, say for example, let us do it, scanner scan, new scanner. Okay, only in the string buffer it automatically converts to string and it shows you the output. But in all the other objects, if you try to print this, it is going to print some hash code, some hash value along with it. It is going to print the location or the hash code of that. So it is printing some values here which we don't understand. Printing some value we don't understand. But in the case of string buffer, it is going to print here automatically the converted string. It will not print here the, even if you print simple SB, it in turn automatically calls this toString object and prints the string value of it. So string buffer objects will not act like simple objects. If I create the object of class first itself here, say for example, we create the object of class first as first. Okay, I am creating the object of R class first. Okay. Then, and if I try to print here OB, it will print some hash code, some memory location of it where the object is created, right? See this hash value over here. It is the object of first class. It prints something like this at the rate its memory address, but it is not in the case with the string buffers object. It always prints, it always automatically calls the toString and it prints the string value of this particular string. String buffer and string both are different. So it is printing the string value. String buffer and string both are different. If these are mutable, which means that if I'm appending 10 to it and I'm printing it afterwards, it is showing me the updated value. It is pointing to the same memory block of code. In string, it is different. It points to a separate memory block of code. And if you want to concatenate something in string, if it were simple string like this, say for example, it is simple string like this, right? Then to append something or to concatenate something, you need to mention s equals to s plus 10. If you simply mention here s plus 10, then s will not get updated. Even if you mention here s equals to s plus 10, s will not get updated. It just points to a separate memory block. That's it. Are you getting the differences between string and string buffer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are these things getting clear? Okay. Anybody else having questions so far in what is length, what is capacity, how to append string buffer, what is the function of a toString method, and what system.sopln automatically in turn will call toString. You need not to call it explicitly in string buffer. Automatically it will call toString and print the actual value. It will not print the memory location, but in other classes objects, it will always print the memory location of your class object. Okay, this we'll see in classes and objects, obviously. But any questions so far? Hello? Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, see all the methods you have. See, append is simple method. Okay, see all the methods that you have. You will have replace, you will have trim also, but here it is going to show you that you will have delete also. So delete a particular string from this point to this point. You see the function, right? Delete a particular string buffer from this. So this is starting index, ending index. It deletes these characters from this sequence, right? From this starting index and ending index, right? See, insert. You can even insert a string from starting point. How many characters you want to insert, you can insert. From a starting point, you want to insert a string, you can insert. Given the index, if you want to add an integer, you can add an integer. See, this is going to manipulate the string buffer, right? Are you getting these methods which are written over here? You will have delete, you will have append, you will have insert, right? You will have print, simple, substring also, right? You can even set a character at a particular place. At this index, I want to set this character. So whatever is the index mentioned, say 0th index, I want to set character as A, then at 0th index, that is automatically set. Replace function, reverse. This is a very good function. You can always reverse the string buffer. See, if I am reversing the string buffer and if I print it now, see, always string reverse is very critical, but you can always reverse the string buffer and then you can print. It reverses the complete, orientation. See, initially it was this and 1, 0. Now it is 0, 1 and the complete reverse. So if somebody asks you to write a program to reverse a string, if somebody asks you to write a program to reverse a string, convert string to string buffer and reverse the string buffer, right? Easy, using reverse function, right? Convert your string to string buffer. Whatever string is given to you, you can convert your string to string buffer. How to convert? Whatever is the input string, pass it here, yeah? That is your string, and call the reverse function on string buffer and print it. 3-step program, right? Very easy. Any questions so far? All these methods, I want you, whenever you are free. See, if I give example of all these methods, no, it's going to take so much of time. Whenever you are free, try to, use these functions. Say, for example, you want to, I'm giving you one example. You want to replace your starting index. Okay. Say I want to replace second to maybe say for example 4 with a particular string high, right? Then it can replace the second index to 4th index with this string high. Whatever you want, it can do. Okay, I haven't printed it. After that, let me print it. Okay, it is very easy. You can easily understand. See, it is replacing, right? Now it is 0, 1, 2. See, from 2 onwards it replaced, right? It is actually inserting it. See, 2 onwards, what are characters are there? 7, 6, they both got replaced with high. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as it is. This is actually happening in string buffer itself. No new memory location. Everything happening at the same memory location only. Nothing is changing here. Are you getting it? So many methods are there. Append is there, reverse is there, replace is there, insert a character at a specific position is there. Okay. You can explore these methods whenever you are free. Try to explore these methods. There are very good methods you can manipulate. If somebody asks you to convert, to convert all the uppercase to lowercase and lowercase to uppercase in a string, then convert it into string buffer and then manipulate the string buffer character wise. Okay, it is easy to manipulate string buffer as compared to string. Okay. Any questions?
Ma'am,
You
what
can-
if we
No,
do
ma'am.
not pass the argument in delete?
What you have to pass in?
We do not pass any argument.
But there is no function like that. See, delete will require starting and ending this. There is no function like delete with nothing. Delete with nothing, there is no function like this. It's an error. See, there is no such method like this. You need to pass here integer comma integer. That is from starting to ending you need to pass. Starting to ending. Or if you want to delete a specific character at a particular location, you can delete like this. Delete character at, say for example, 0th location. That you can do, right?
Okay, ma'am.
If you pass here, say for example, you want to delete from 0 to 4. If you do like this, and then if you print string buffer, then it will delete from 0 to C. This indices have been deleted, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 to 3 are deleted, exclusive of 4. 0 to 3 all got deleted. Only this much is the answer, right? Or you can even do it like this: SB dot delete character at, say for example, 0th location, chalo. Right? Then also you can do, right? If you run it now, it will delete. See, now already this change has been done, no? So after this, what is the output? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. After this, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, no? Delete the 0th character. So only 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Anybody having any questions so far? Hello? Anybody having any questions so far? String buffer has more power than string, of course. And same as string builder also. They both are brother and sister only. String builder and this buffer, they both are brother and sister, siblings only. The same way you create string buffer, the same way you create string builder. Okay. Same way you create string builder, no change in that. Same here, you can put here, whatever string you want to pass, you can pass. The only difference between string buffer and string builder is, string builder actually was thread safe. This you will see in thread, it is thread safe. It means that if two threads are modifying this builder, then both the threads will get same output. You might have seen this in your operating system. Do you know OS? Have you studied operating system? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You all are there. Respond, yeah. Okay. In operating system, you might have seen if some module is thread safe, it means your bank account is thread safe only. If both the two persons are accessing your bank account at the same time, the real deduction is reflected in both the screens, right? Same as string builder.